Hey everyone, it's Rob Tucker here, the lead pastor at Watkins United Methodist Church, to share with you another week of Advent joy, a time in which we are coming together as a church to focus on why we're here and what we're doing and what makes Christmas so good. And so today I'll be sharing another reflection from Richard Rohr's book, Preparing for Christmas, Daily Meditations for Advent. I encourage you again to pick it up at your local bookstore, to order it on Amazon, so that you can read these along with me. Today's reading is from the Gospel of Matthew, the 18th chapter, verse 14. Hear these words. It is not the will of your Father in heaven that one of these little ones should be lost. Father Richard Rohr says these words. I served as a jail chaplain in Albuquerque for 14 years. It was so rewarding to preach to the guys and the gals in the jail. They don't have all this heady sophistication that I have learned. They're not lost in worlds of words whereby everything is made vague. It is very clear to them what death is. It is very clear to them what is destroying people and sometimes how it is destroying people. There simply is not the same kind of self-protection or capacity for denial in their souls because they have all been to the bottom. I could always talk real in the jail, whereas in parishes I often had to talk nice. Each Sunday morning at the jail, I celebrated 3 masses, and the third one was with the women. Jailed women always feel so bad about themselves. Society holds the common notion that men are supposed to go to jail. Men are bad. But society says women aren't bad, women are good. Women have children, women are empathetic, women don't go to jail. Yet women in jail carry a lot of guilt and shame. They often ask me, why am I here? What is wrong with me? The women felt so guilty because their children were at home and these mothers were in jail. How could a mother tell her children that she is in jail and let her children think that mom is a bad person? These women must dig into places inside themselves that you and I don't have to dig into. Religion of itself is not enough for such women and men. These women and men must scratch their way back to faith, and when they get there, it is often the real thing. We always said religion is for people who are afraid of hell or afraid of God, whereas spirituality is for people who have gone through hell and undergone God. We nice guys don't usually have to scratch our way back to faith. We're comfortable with external religion and polite morality for a long time. God will lead each of us, I am sure, but by a different path, so that all religion one day has to be faith, love, humility, and surrender, or it is not true religion. None of God's little ones will be lost, and we are one of these little ones too, just in a little way. He concludes his devotion for the day with a question to reflect upon. So I encourage, if you are brave enough, to post it there in the comment section below, or to reflect upon it with your family around the dining room table, possibly tonight, or to just ponder on it each and every moment that it comes back into your mind. This question here. When have you been so lost that you've had to go back to the very foundations of your faith? It's a great question, isn't it? I'll say it again. When have you been so lost that you've had to go back to the very foundations of your faith? I wonder what comes to your mind when you hear that question. I wonder when you hear these words from his devotion upon this passage, what it made you think of. What phrases stuck in your mind, or maybe questions you had of Father Richard Rohr, or questions of those imprisoned and incarcerated. I wonder, when have you been so lost that you've had to go back to the foundations of your faith? Another question I would ask is, what are the foundations of your faith? Are they faith, love, humility, surrender, grace, mercy? And how do you rely upon those things to sustain you? question to reflect upon today. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week.